My name is Vito Gigoloni, and I offload fishing vessels for Fisherman's Wharf, Gloucester. Is me and my family's business. We've been operating this since 2008, and basically what we do is fishing vessels call us up and they'll hail in with what they have for species on board, and they'll dock up right here at our dock, and we'll offload their catch, which buyers will come in, they'll inspect it in the morning, they'll give their buyers a grade, and they'll bid on it through the electronic auction. My father fished almost his whole life, and then you know, his father did it, his grandfather did it, so it was a Sicilian tradition. And you know, when the immigrants came from Italy, that's all they really knew, and they were making a really good living of it down here. We unloaded about 5 million pounds last year, so I mean, this industry is far from over. So they're kind of confused with some of the scientific studies, you know, when they're saying, oh, there's not this much fish here, or maybe we're overfishing, but the fishermen see otherwise. You know, these guys, you got to realize, have been doing it their whole life.
What are the challenges faced by fishermen out of Gloucester?
There's several challenges. I mean, one of the biggest ones, the regulations, how often they can fish, and that's the biggest. Then you always have your weather. You know, it's a weather permitting thing. Fuel prices is tough.
Are fishermen in the area concerned about global warming at all?
No, because I mean, if anybody knows anything about patterns in Mother Nature, it's these guys. They know it's so unpredictable, and they know things change. I mean, one winter we could have a very warm, you know, non-snowy winter, and then the next winter could just be like, holy crap, you know, global warming who? You know what I mean? So it's just unpredictable, you know. But everybody has their own opinion, I guess.
Yeah. Do you have any questions, you know, in your mind about whether or not global warming is happening on a big scale, or how that can affect communities here?
Yeah, you definitely think about it. I mean, because when you hear the fishermen talking about, like I was saying, with the water temperatures and the fish changing where they swim and how they can, it's going to affect our business. If there really is global warming, that would severely affect our business if the fishermen aren't catching the fish. So it does, you know, make you think about it, you know, and hope that, you know, there isn't really global warming. Hopefully, with all these green movements and stuff, that helps limit the pollution and all that.
Before we left Gloucester, we stopped at the office of the Gloucester Fishermen's Wives Association. Launched in 1969, the organization has been a strong voice for the Atlantic fishing industry, and it continues to provide support for fishing families throughout New England.
My name is Angela St. Filippo. I am the wife of a fisherman, and my family goes back 7 generations. We live in Gloucester, the city of the Captain Courageous. My family is still fishing, and I am the president of the Gloucester Fishermen's Wife and the executive director of the Massachusetts Fishermen Partnership. We work to protect and promote the Gloucester, New England fishing industry, and to help active and retired fishermen live a better life. It's really sad that after 33 years that I've been involved, we have come to a point where the industry is less than half. People have to really struggle to be able to go fishing with everything that they have to put up with. And now this year we're having a cut of 20%, and they're predicting a cut of over 70% for next year.
So are the numbers of groundfish actually depleted, or did the scientists just do a bad job when they did their assessment?
When they did the assessment last year, they couldn't have done a good job, because last year people were catching fish like there was no tomorrow. The thing, there is a strange phenomenon in the ocean this year. The water is very warm. We've seen that the lobster have shed 2 months before the normal time. We're seeing that it's hard to find a great abundance of groundfish. In the summer, usually there is thinlands and herring, which the groundfish feeds on. There is nothing. It's like somebody swept everything away. And at the same time, for the first time, as people can remember, we saw that in the Gloucester Harbor, and I was talking with my husband about this last night, the Gloucester Harbor is full of small squid, a species that it's not common. People, what they say is we have seen it before, but really like the lobstermen, and I say we never saw lobster shed 2 months before its time. So there is a natural phenomenon that is going on, and I was talking with the leaders of the lobster industry a few days ago, and I said, this is a true natural disaster. Forget about the groundfish, always the fishermen get blamed. But with the lobsters, this is a true natural, disaster and needs to be investigated.
Somebody that we talked to about the shedding said they had heard that it might have something to do with climate change or global warming.
Exactly. Warming, the fish in the Atlantic Ocean, they're cold water fish. The colder the water, and we had a very warm winter. We didn't have any snow this winter. We didn't have any rain. And in March, we had temperature of 88 degrees. And so in February and in January, which was very, very strange. So it's been a good 7 to, I say, 9 months where we've had temperatures that I've been in this country 49 years. I don't remember as well as everybody else. So it is a climate change thing. It's a natural phenomenon, but nobody's studying this natural phenomenon. We know that if we can keep a clean ocean, we always will have fish. And that has been all the other fights that we've done against oil drilling and sand and gravel mining and ocean dumping and fish farm in the open ocean. And you name the list is this big. Right now we have the windmills down on Tucker Shoal, on fishing grounds and spawning grounds. So we're looking at all these things. And we know that a CO2 emission has a great effect in the ocean because it's been proven, and nobody said that it isn't, that affects the soft shellfish such as clams and other, marine lives. Like I said, we work with Mother Nature, and we cannot control that happen, but we can control what the damage that we do to our environment. And if we were to take that more seriously all around, it would not be as difficult as it is today. We know very well, you just have to listen to the news, that there is people in the world that for money, they're willing to do everything. They don't care about the environment. They just want to get the most they can get during their lifetime. They cannot take it with them. They have to leave it to somebody. And we'll continue to do the same thing. Where if we can dedicate some of the wealth that there is in this world to make it a better place, for the environment, for the people are part of the environment, we all be more happy. This would be a better world.